Proverbs 5, verse 1 and 2. My son, pay attention to my wisdom. Turn your ear to the words of insight, that you may maintain discretion and your lips may preserve knowledge. The GPS app that I use in my car tells me all kinds of useful info. It tells me which roads to take, which roads to avoid. It even tells me if there's a police officer down the road that has a speed trap set up, or if some person wasn't paying attention and they got into a wreck and there's a disabled vehicle on the side of the road. Sometimes it even tells me to turn around because I'm going the wrong way. All I have to do is listen, and the voice comes through the speakers in my car, and it'll tell me exactly where to go. The voices that we have in our lives matter a lot. And I want to give you 4 voices of wisdom, 4 friends that you need in order to navigate this life that Solomon brings out in chapter 5. He starts out by saying, my son, pay attention to my wisdom. Friend number 1, the developer. Solomon is trying to develop his sons through sharing this wisdom. This type of friend will always be the person that brings out the very best in you. Developers bring the gift of encouragement to your life. They're constantly making deposits into you that make every aspect of your life better. Your marriage, your family, your finances, your career, your walk with Jesus, everything about it. Solomon here is acting as a developer to his sons by pouring wisdom into them on a regular basis. You and I need a developer in our lives. He then says this, the reason why you need this is that you may maintain discretion. Wisdom helps you maintain discretion. Second friend that you need is a discerner. Discretion is this, knowing what to do, what to say, and when to say it. You know, in life, sometimes you could speak, but you probably don't need to. And the only way you're going to know that is discretion. Mark Twain said it like this, it's better to keep your mouth closed and to let people think you're a fool than to open up your mouth and prove to them that you are a fool. Kenny Rogers says you got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, and know when to run. Solomon says to his sons, sometimes in life, sons, viewer discretion is advised. When you hear that, it's the narrator telling you that you might be getting ready to see some things that may not be appropriate. So hopefully you have the sense to know if and when to turn it off. I don't need to be doing this. I don't need to be here. I don't need to put myself in this situation. I don't need to take this job. I don't need to be with this person. Wouldn't those answers be helpful in the heat of the moment? Viewer discretion is advised. Discerners bring the gift of discretion into our lives. They know how to speak the truth in love. They know how to exhort and to rebuke us, seeking to keep their friends on the right track. They are so valuable. They are the friends that walk into the room when everyone else is walking out. In verse 12, Solomon said, how I hated discipline, how my heart spurned correction. I would not obey my teachers or turn my ear to the instructors, and I was soon in serious trouble in the assembly of God's people. The third friend, Solomon says, I would not obey my teachers or turn my ear to my instructors. Third friend's the designer. The designer is the mentor in our lives, the people that are trying to help us, to teach us and instruct us. They can mentor our marriage or our parenting, civil engagement and involvement, business acumen, so many different areas of our life they can help design and shape and act as a model. Designer mentors may live near you or far away from you. Maybe they're acquaintances and family members. Maybe they're complete strangers. Maybe they're books that you read, scripture that you read, books, podcasts that you're listening to and absorbing, blogs or sermons. Whatever it is, you need friends like that in your life, designers that can serve as teachers. The last one, Solomon says this, I spurned correction. I spurned it. You need what I call a disturber. You and I need friends who will shake up the status quo in our lives. Disturbers are the ones that ask us difficult questions, forcing us to take a closer look at what are your motivations and ambitions in life. Disturbers know when we have retreated back into our comfort zones, and they call us out to be greater, effective in our lives. A biblical picture of a disturber, one of my favorites, is from Deuteronomy 32. In this passage, we hear a story of a mother eagle that is trying to get her baby birds out of the nest. And so what she does is she tears up the inside of the nest, puts all the sticks and prickly points facing the baby birds so it becomes uncomfortable. And then, this is wild, the mother eagle then picks the baby birds up out of the nest and throws them over the side. They wildly flap their wings, not understanding how to fly. And at the last minute, the mother eagle swoops down and grabs them, flies them back up to the nest, and throws them out again. This is the process in which the mother eagle teaches the baby eagles how to fly, disturbing the nest and pushing them outside of their comfort zone. You and I need people like that in our lives. When the GPS tells you to turn around, to move forward, to go a different way, to slow down or speed up, or completely avoid the navigational direction that you're going in life, don't ignore it. It might just be wisdom from God. Proverbs chapter 5.